Alright guys, welcome back to our EMC Kopo channel. So today we are on another Big Talk series, which is we are in episode 2, which is we are talking about unity in diversity. So today we have two guests, basically one from our EMC itself and also another one is from MRSM Kuantan. So we have PA from
Hi.
MRSM Kota Putra. PA, please tell about yourself a bit.
Hi, my name is Ainur Rafi'ah and I am from MRSM Kota Putra and I am the Vice President of the English Motivational Committee for this season. And today I will be joining Shakirin and my friend Ryan for this talk. And actually I met Ryan during Yale and my friend told me that he is Chinese. So I invited him because he is Chinese. So yeah, it's up for me.
Yeah, I see. So how about Ryan? What is your full name? And please tell us about yourself.
Hi, so my name is Ryan Lee. Full name is Ryan Lee Chen. So I came from MRSM Kuantan, and actually I'm not pure Chinese. Yeah, I'm actually a Chinese Malay. Yeah, kind of a mixed religion.
Yeah, I see. As actually we are on this big talk about unity in diversity in conjunction of Chinese New Year celebration. So first thing first, I want to wish Happy Chinese New Year. Gongsi Fachai to all the Chinese out there lah. Alright, so today let's move to our main topic, which is the diversity itself. So today we want to talk about how diversity in our countries and how diversity in our world is actually really works, and we want to see how far it can unite to become one nation, to become a stronger nation. So without further ado, I want to ask both of you a question. The first question is, how do you define intercultural relations, or what do you understand by the intercultural relations?
I'll start first. Basically, what I understand by intercultural relation is where we where we where we connect with other races such as Chinese and Malay and Indian. So Malaysia has many races, so it's diversity. It's full of intercultural relations. Yeah.
So in my perspective of view, intercultural relations mean when you have a relationship with other ethnic, religions, or cultures. This relation can be created through like family or friends at school or even in your workplace. So basically anything that is linked to different cultures or religions is what is meant by intercultural relations in my point of view.
Yeah,
I
I will
see.
agree. I will agree with both of you. I really think that intercultural relation is happen when we meet another culture or from another nations, from another race, from another religion to meet and make a relation to do something together.
Yeah, I agree. So,
Yeah.
Ryan, in your opinion, what major problems are happening at school right now regarding intercultural relations?
So as I see throughout my high school year is religion grouping. Have you ever heard of religion grouping? So it's basically like this. So as you can see, every MRSM I believe is dominated by the Malays. Like I could say almost 90% are Malays in every MRSM. So this actually create a gap between religion because as you can see, there's a privilege for the Malays to exclude the minority group of religion, also known as the Chinese or the Indians, from their circle. So as in my experience, I've seen my junior, he is an Indian. So he always kind of walk alone or, all eat alone. He's very lonely because I don't know why, but in my opinion, because other people, They do not try to make friend with him, or they do not even try to talk with him. Yeah, this creates like a religion grouping. So from this, you can see that the Indians will always walk with the Indians. The Chinese will always walk with the Chinese. There's a group there, a religion group. And it's actually a problem that needs to be solved.
I see. Yeah, I also agree because certain races such as Malay, they always say bad things toward each other. Like they use the C word or the K word, and it's so sad because basically we are living in a country where we should be together. We should talk together. We shouldn't fight. Like, and it's so immature for that things to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. And the lack of respect too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the major problem actually happen when you go to another school like SMJK, right? SKJ or SMJK. So I think it's not a really major problem when you are in MRSM, which is we are already separated from the non-Malays or non-Bumiputra races. So apparently, I would say that these major problems are happening to those who are in another school lah. And the second thing I would say that it's actually our perspective or our mentality when we are in MRSM. We are surrounded by our races. We are surrounded by our religion. So the mentality itself, I think we are really narrow-minded to another culture lah, because we are not surrounded by another culture, and the intercultural relation are not really happen there. So I think MRSM students are in some points are lack of intercultural relation awareness lah, because we are not really surrounded by another nations or another culture or another race itself. So I think we as MRSM student, we can say we will hear from our friends, that certain friend they say that, oh, I don't like this race, oh, I don't like this. Even we are a Malay, we are even colonized by our skin color, right? That show
Yeah,
how
that's true.
narrow. That show how narrow our mentality, even in our own race. Even we are surrounded by our own race, which is Malay and Bumiputra thing, and also Muslim itself. So I think that is one of the major problem that is happening in our school right now. So we are moving to the another question, which somehow related to this before question also. So I want to ask both of you: have you ever experienced being colonized by your race or by your skin color? Especially if you are not experienced that, you can also tell the story if your friend or also your your surrounding even experience this thing, or you have been seen the situation, the people being colonized or something.
Ryan, do you want to start?
You should go first.
Okay. I actually have a family member, which in fact is my sister, who was colonized by our own race, which is Malay lah kan. I'm sorry. So basically, my father is tan skin, and my sister likes to play outside. So basically, she has a hitam manis skin lah. So during her high school years, she was very she was bullied often because of her skin color, and she was bullied by the whole batch during the form 3, and it was really sad to hear because why should you bully someone who doesn't have the same skin color of you as you? And it's really, it's really mengarut because you shouldn't treat
Yeah, it's
someone like that.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
It's not
ridiculous.
making
Sorry.
sense.
Yeah. And the fact that she overcome through it, and it's really amazing because she has the mental capacity to get through all of that, and she still survived until now. So yeah. What about you, Ryan?
Alhamdulillah, throughout my life, I've never been seriously mocked or people seriously make fun of me or bullied me regarding my race or skin color. But sometimes they were my friends kept calling me like Chinese, communist, but I never took it to the heart. Yeah, because sometimes friends like to tease me. I think
Uh,
it's only a joke. Yeah, it's trying to
yeah.
make fun.
Uh, like you already used to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. We already have some friend PA at our MRSM, right?
Yeah.
Basically in our MRSM there are few students we have 10 skin color, which is that one. I would say it's maybe from their ancestor or something, but it's really heartbreaking to hear another in our nations calling those person with those nasty words just because of they
Yeah.
have different skin color, not not often to use a normal phrases to use apa tu we treat them differently lah, maksudnya we treat them differently in terms of privilege, and somehow they are not being selected for some reasons. They are separated. For an example, if there are any presentations or any group working with the classmates, there will be already down list, like they are already get out of the list, like, oh, you will be in the group that have the, like you are reserved in the group or whatsoever. It's really heartbreaking to hear that, like, we already colonize our friend, or we have already colonized our classmates by doing that. So I think that what is gonna happen if we here in our MRSM already colonized thing or people, and what would we be when we are go out into the society and we go out into the world to even see how culture are multiple itself, and we cannot accept that. I assume if this person go out of the MRSM and go out of our comfort zone where we live in our race and we live in our skin color, like I would say that there will be culture shock, and
yeah,
it's not really
Yeah.
shock to hear that they are being colonized too, because they're doing that to other person in the first place. So we can see that in another nation, another place, there are group of person that accept those another skin color or another race in their group because of they already surrounded when they are in the young age. So I think that this is one of the problem that we are facing through right now, and we have to do something to overcome it.
Yeah, I
So
agree with Shakirin.
mm,
yeah. And sometimes people do like people with black skin color or tan skin color. We just
yeah,
never
Yeah.
minded. Yeah. If you go out to
yeah,
the world, there's a lot of people actually like black skin color or tan color. It's just
Yeah,
we are the
yeah.
because
problem actually.
True,
people
true.
in the USA especially likes to tan their skin because they think that tan skin is beautiful. But look at us, look at Malaysia. Malaysia thinks that white skin color, light skin color is very very pretty, and they bring down the people who have tan skin color. So it's really ridiculous. Plus, not only about the skin color, but they also often use our country often use the N word because they basically claim themselves as black people, and it's very very ridiculous. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys' opinion on do you guys regret the unity in diversity in Malaysia right now?
Not really.
Why?
Um, which one?
Do you regret the question below? Do you
Oh,
regret unity in diversity
oh,
in Malaysia right now?
no, I did not.
And why
Because
is that?
because if you learn about another ethnicity or culture, you get to know the beauty or the uniqueness of that culture. and you will eventually fall in love with that culture, and you even try to make it yours, like a part of your culture. So it is so great that we live in a multicultural country. So like many traditions and so much celebration in our country, so much love we pour into our beloved country Malaysia. So I don't regret living in unity and diversity in Malaysia right now.
Yeah. For me, I do both. I regret and I
Oh.
don't really regret because okay, the first one, why I regret the unity in diversity in Malaysia, basically there are certain region like like us lah MRSM in a comfort zone, in a comfort region where we are separated from uh, other skin color and stuff. Like we are not appreciating the creation of the people itself. Like the human are created beautifully. Like everyone deserve to be called by their skin color with a beautiful words. So we already see that how it's going on from a young age through secondary school to the college, university, and stuff. And the second one, why I don't regret the unity of diversity itself is because there are certain region that really appreciate and really uh, accept the fact that we are living in the diversity of race, in the diversity of skin color itself, and that's what makes it, we are unique, and we stand out in front of the world, bringing our bring our Malaysian names that full of a culture that is diversity in our skin color and race itself. And we have to be grateful and we have to be proud of that because we made it.
Yeah. And I think that unity in diversity is very, very great because basically if we have unity in diversity at Malaysia, such as Deepavali or Chinese New Year and so on, which means celebration. Celebration means more holiday. More holiday
Yeah,
means I
true.
get to spend more time at home. So not
And I
only
also
that, I
get
can,
more anpao.
yeah.
Yeah.
More
Yeah,
anpao.
because you can celebrate Hari Raya
Both.
Aidilfitri also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, very fun. And I think that it's also nice to have unity in diversity at Malaysia because I can see people dress up and wear beautiful sari or cheongsam and other lah. And I get to see the dance performance, and it's very, very beautiful. And I really appreciate the unity in diversity at Malaysia. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's move to the another question. It's about the implementation or the practice itself. So I think because of our unique talk, we have to separate this question into two questions, I guess. I think we have to talk about what the implementation that have been made in Malaysia, or it's made itself like naturally, and the second one is what are the implementation that should be made by us or the authorities or any agencies in order to improve the unity in diversity. So what do you think?
I think that
Um,
some of the sorry, some of the implementation that should be made by the authorities are to promote it on social media. Like they can make short films or basically anything to promote the unity and diversity because some people they lack of that thing. Like for example, me myself, I went to primary school that only have the Malaysian race, and I also went to MRSM during my high school years, which is right now, and I haven't had any other friends that are not Malay. So I don't know what they do, what other race do, what yeah, I don't know what other race do, what they like to do, and what they often do. And it's actually kind of sad, although my neighbors are Indian and Chinese, but I actually don't socialize with my neighbors. So I think that to improve the unity and diversity at Malaysia, we should promote each other on social media and make new friends and yeah, just go socialize.
So, in my opinion, what should the authorities do is that um, we need to remove all the school that like SJKC or SJKT or like sekolah kebangsaan only, right? When like primary school especially, I think you already heard about SJKC, right? SJKC, SJKT,
Yeah.
SK. So I think we should remove that kind of school because those kind of school only focus on the majority of religion. Like for SJKC, they focus on the Chinese. SJKT, of course, they focus on the Tamil, the Indians. So I think the authorities need to create a multicultural school so that every religions are equal with others. There's no majority, there's no minority. So yeah, I think the authorities should do that.
Yeah, true. The fact that before this, before our education system in Malaysia, we have vernacular school. If you know that, do you know about
Yeah,
that?
I know that.
Vernacular school. Yeah, vernacular school itself, like this is a very major problem juga when vernacular school offer the original syllabus, offer the original culture of their race. So meaning that the sekolah vernacular China, meaning they are learning the syllabus from Chinese, they are from China, they are learning Chinese 100%, and they are not using Malay in any subject that they teach. So I think the SJKT and SJKC is already one of the implementation the authorities made to actually provide social better social improvement in order to make the unity in diversity happen. But it's not focusing on something that we want to achieve itself, because unity in diversity happen when we are surrounded by all culture, but it's not really happen is SJKC or SJKT itself. I think because there are not that much student from another culture that enter that school. In certain batch, that's really rare to have equal ratio of different culture or different races to enter that batch. And I think that the another question that I want to ask you before, which is what are the implementation that have been made in our culture, in our countries, that actually improve unity in diversity. I think is the the formation of Malaysia itself. We come with another nation, which is Indians and also Chinese, which is bring in to Malaysia when before we are being independent country. Uh, Actually, so I think we have to be grateful because we Malaysia, we grow up with multicultural itself. Like imagine if you live in those countries that have original 100% with their own race and their own religion. For an example, if you live in for an example, if you live in Africa, for example, you are living with your African people and you are living with your African religion. So what if another nation come in and sit on the chair behind you in the class, and he or she is the only different skin color in your school? That will be very very awkward, that will be very very weird for you to have that. We have to be grateful because Malaysia are Malaysia have multiple races from the beginning itself, the beginning of formation of Malaysia, where the British put the Chinese, bring the Chinese and also the Indian into our countries. So
Yeah.
that is.
Speaking of which, Shakirin just mentioned that the ratio of the students in the class isn't the same ratio for each race, and I really agree to that part because when I haven't joined MRSM yet, I went to SMK school, and in my class, all of them are Malay, and there's not even a single person in that class who is Indian or Chinese, but other classes are there is this certain class that has Indian, most of them, and there are also a certain class that has Chinese, most of them. So I think that it's kind of weird and it's not good. And well, the school should actually shuffle all of the students equally so that they won't feel awkward around each other. Plus, even if they created SMK, I noticed that lots of people from we call it asobia. Like we are walking through our own groups, through our own race. Like we don't mix with Chinese people. We don't mix with Indian people. So I think that yeah, I think we should improve on that part, such as participating in competitions with different races and socialize with more of the races, and yeah.
Yep. I want to add up something that
Oh my god.
I just think about. There is Unga, MSM should be grateful because we celebrate Unga, right? We celebrate Unga when we are Form 4, we are in Form 4. I think this is one of the approach to actually improve the integration of unity in diversity itself, which is Unga lah, because we are introduced by another culture from another countries. We are separated into groups and we make it to introduce the whole school about that. So I think that is a good approach to actually meet the necessary of unity in diversity. So
Yeah.
you guys want to add something before we go to another question?
Um,
No.
I think that Unga is also a really great program because if we didn't do Unga, I wouldn't know Canada is like this. I wouldn't know Canada has problems too. I would think that Canada, maple leaf, maple syrup. That's all I know. But since we made Unga, I knew lots of things about Canada, and not only about Canada, I knew about other countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Fiji, Zimbabwe. Those are one of the countries that our school chose to present for the Unga. Yeah. So I think it's a really great approach because not all of us have the opportunity to study abroad or travel around the world. So I think this is a great way to know about more countries. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Ryan? How Unga did really, cash the attention of the audience from your school?
I do like the dances. They did the traditional dances of the countries, and sometimes I also love their traditional outfit. Yeah, and the food also. So, but I think it's been quite some time our MSM did not did the Unga because of because of the time. Yeah. So I only experienced Unga only when I was in my Form 1. Yeah,
Oh,
because of the
that's
PKP and
actually
also because of
yeah.
the lack of
Uh,
time focusing on,
so
a lot
meaning
of
that you
exams.
don't have your Unga yet for this year,
No,
last year?
this because the gap between
Oh,
IGCSE was so near, so the teacher decided to cancel off the Unga. So I don't really have a lot of experience about the Unga. Yeah.
That's actually quite
yeah.
sad.
It's
Unga
okay.
was
We have
very,
another
very fun.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
You
I
can try
experienced only when I
you
We
was
have
can
Form
another
1,
year. We
and
have
it seems
another
so
yeah.
year.
fun.
Yeah.
All of
All
us
right.
But
get to dance at the stage, and
yeah,
yeah, we
I
got
love
to
the
eat
dances.
wonderful food, and it was really fun. The day was really fun, and we
The
didn't
traditional
expect
clothes
it
is also very
to
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. So that is the implementation that we have made, and we have to make by the authorities and ourselves in improving the unity in diversity itself. So I have something to add up with, which is the SDG 11. This is what I learned when I was in, I was in robotics, I was in innovation teams. So the United Nations itself has introduced the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is SDG, and one of them is the SDG 11. We have 17 altogether. So in 11.4 of the goals, we are encouraged to accept the challenge to call for strengthening efforts to protect and safeguard the world's cultural and natural heritage, meaning that we have it is a necessary to actually being combined, being together, and unite to actually protect our world's culture, because this is what the uniqueness that we have. We Because we don't know for how long our culture can be last, for how long our culture can be enjoyed by the people, can be enjoyed by our ancestors, and especially for the next generation. So I think in able to sustain our culture, and in order to improve the unity in diversity itself, we have to protect and safeguard the world's culture and also natural heritage, which is we already have right now, and we are looking forward to know about another culture also. So before we get the chance to to actually meet the world culture and natural heritage of another countries, we
Hai
have
je.
to unite. We have to unite to
Sorry.
actually protect our culture, so that we can experience that too, and our next generation can experience too. This is this is one of the significant global approach to actually safeguard the world culture, and I think this is one of the approach that can improve the unity in diversity itself. Yeah.
So agree.
Yeah, it's a great thing to do to sustain the world culture and the natural heritage.
So in order to actually improve the united in of diversity, I want to open some space for you guys to actually conclude what are you explaining today with what I was sharing in this beautiful place to actually share those knowledge. So
Ryan,
what
you
are
want
your
to start?
advice?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
So, throughout my life, the key of living a happy or harmony life together in this diversity country is that you gotta need to respect every culture that you meet. So, respect. So, respect is the key of living a happy and harmony life in this country, Malaysia, or other country lah. But specifically this country, Malaysia, because Malaysia is one of the multicultural country in the world. So respect and try to learn or try to expand your knowledge about other ethnicity or other culture, other religions. Try to learn about them more. So because eventually you will fall in love with them, and when you fall in love with them, you will respect every religion, or you will accept every religion's beauty and uniqueness. So my advice is to respect and learn about other religion. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Ryan's opinion because if we don't accept a certain culture, how can we live in the same country? We need to accept that there are other people in this world who have different skin color, who speak different language, who have different religion. We shouldn't think like, oh, why are you here? You are you are not supposed to be in this country. No, we shouldn't think like that. We should actually, we should accept them and try to be more open-minded. Don't be so ignorant. Like Ryan said, we need to uh, we need to kaji their culture, because at the end of the day, if we know about their culture a little bit more, we know why they are created, and we can fall in love with them. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of few advice to all listeners. You have to take action from now on. You have to gain your awareness from now on to actually make the objective of the unity of the diversity happen one day on. So we are ending of our first segment, which is the actually from the knowledge, actually from the knowledge sharing about the unity of the diversity itself, and we are moving into another segment, which is very spontaneous. It's a surprise actually, which is a rapid question for you guys. This is a
Okay.
rapid question for you guys. Who want to start first?
Ryan start first.
Let me start first. So I will give a situation or a question. So you have to actually like or just explain it like from your own heart, like that. So I want to ask
Alright.
Ryan,
Okay.
one day if you are given an opportunity, a chance to actually study abroad, where the country will be and why, in terms of unity in diversity. Ryan.
Um, Actually, I've already think about this. I would love to go to either Australia or New Zealand because my aunt studied there. So she do say that Australia or New Zealand, they do not have. I think that she never heard before any racist comment or racist activists at Australia or even New Zealand. New Zealand was once declared as the I
Safe
think the
country.
safest country. I
Yeah,
think
the safest
New
country.
Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe that Australian or the New Zealanders do live in harmony with a lot of race because in Australia or in New Zealand, there's a lot of Chinese also. There's a lot of Chinese. There's a lot of races there too. So yeah, I don't want to go to Europe or anything there because I scared because yeah, I've seen a lot of racist activists. I've seen a lot of killing there, killing here, Black Lives Matter. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I get the
Australia
idea.
or New Zealand would be my option.
Yeah. Uh, okay, I will understand that. So we get the idea that Ryan would choose another nation that have more harmony environment instead of being in provocations or stuff. So I think that's a good choice. Actually, we want to study in a calm, a calm
Yeah.
environment. We don't want to
I don't
study
want
in those
to
provocation.
I don't want people calling me out for being Asian.
Islamophobia too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think those things are actually being improving right now. Like, there are certain reasons why we have to choose that country to study abroad, and for certain reasons, those country actually make us being stronger. It's actually build our inner side of mental support or something like that lah. Because I think if I myself, I don't even care which country you have to study abroad, as long as you bring yourself and you have a good mental support, then you can be around the nations, you can be around the world of relative, you can be someone who accept and being accepted, right?
Yeah.
So the second question is, I want to point this to PA. Are you ready,
Okay.
PA? I will give you a situation.
Okay,
So
kinda.
the situation will be, if you are given a chance to study abroad again,
Mm-hmm.
to study abroad, and you will live, you will live in a house with your housemate from another nation, with which is mixed, which is multinational. For example, you have four housemates and you are Malaysian, another one is Chinese, another one is Indian, and another one is an English person. So how would you accept that situation, and how you will deal with the, the situation? Will you be accepted? Will you be accepting the situation, or you will go back to Malaysia and I would rather study in Malaysia. I don't want to study there anymore. Like that. But how do you think?
So what you mean is that what should I feel is, should I feel safe living inside a house filled with other races, or should I, do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, so I think I'm okay with
Yeah,
living
yeah, yeah.
with other cultures and other races, because basically I can learn more about their culture, and I can celebrate their celebration. I can celebrate the celebration with them. I can also eat lots of food, and it's also a beautiful culture, because if I get the chance to study abroad, and what if I'm being the housemate, as I'm being I have a housemate, an English housemate. I think it's also wonderful, because I can learn more about her culture, and yeah, I will accept it. I wouldn't run away back to Malaysia just because I feel scared, or I feel or I feel threatened, or
Yeah.
something like that. Even if I do get threats from people uh, at around the world. Wow, I would overcome it. Inshallah, I will overcome it, because um, not all things in life happens with how we want to. So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, we need to face it. We need to overcome it. If even if it's nice, even if it's nasty, you just need to overcome it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I I would rather be in house with full of other cultures. Yeah.
Yeah. Um uh One of thing that I really get thing makes sense right now. Like if I were you, if I was given chance to study abroad and choose my housemates, I would rather live with the local persons actually, because I think like we can know or learn about that country better or faster, rather than we independently live with the Malaysian, and then we have to independently, get around, mingle, and learn how, where is the bus stop and where is the university, where is the halal shop that we can find. Like be living with a local student or a local person, I think that's quite help us in order to, to make our uni life easier, to make our daily life easier in living in another country. Like, another country we don't get yet there, and we cannot go back to Malaysia because it's really wasting our money.
Yeah, I totally agree that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to share something that
Mm-hmm.
inshallah, I will be experiencing, which is an exchange student program lah, which is very
Oh.
related to this Unity in Diversity title. So I think one of the agencies that actually sponsor us to go for a exchange student program is AFS, which stand for American Foundation Service. AFS really sponsor us for a lot of exchange student. It can be full sponsor, half sponsor, and also self sponsor. So this is not a sponsor from AFS, okay? It's just a sharing.
Okay.
So I think this program is really good because it is already handled or already already held for a long year ago. Like in the 90s, it started in the 90s actually. And I think it's not really famous in Malaysia yet because we are not really exposed with those things. Our teachers are not exposing us with that thing. So I
Yeah.
literally try applied it this year, which is last Sunday. I guess last Sunday is the
Oh, last Sunday.
closing. Last Sunday is the due date of the registration. I sempat. I sempat register. So inshallah next week we will have an interview session, and the best of the best speaker will win the scholarship to go to the country that have been given the option, which is USA, Netherlands and Germany, Egypt, Brazil, China, and also
Wow.
India. So
Which
we can
country
choose
would
those
you like to
country.
go to?
We can choose three countries of them. The first option is USA, of course. The second option is Germany and Netherlands, and the third option is the Egypt itself. So this is on a global STEM, AFS global STEM program, which is, we learn STEM in other countries, and we will bring our, the robotics, the innovations, value from another countries to another country to bring back to our countries to, expose it to our countries itself. So one thing that I want to experience in the USA is actually visit the NASA. That's what included in the
Oh,
program actually. So I really really want to visit the NASA. It's really a one time chance, Like you cannot even enter the NASA until you can have the chance itself. Like yeah, if there is, a lot of it, then inshallah lah, I will go there maybe in June, I guess, for one
For six
month.
months, right? Oh, one
No,
month.
1 month, 4 weeks,
Only.
4 weeks lah. Yeah. It's okay. It's actually one of
the
the
best of luck for you.
intercultural. What?
The best of luck.
Yeah,
The best of
thank you,
luck for you.
Ryan. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Like this is one of the opportunity that we can learn about intercultural relation lah. This is really related to our title today, to our talk today, and I hope this will be fun. And another year, there will be another application that you can approach on AFS on thing. I think EMC and another MRSM also have to have to promote this thing actually, because MRSM is barely, we rarely exchange student program or international event like that. Like we have to take the part in order to promote those things actually, betul tak?
Betul? Plus,
Yeah.
Okay.
I also found out about the exchange student program long time ago, and I actually applied, but I tak ada rezeki lah kan. So,
Hmm.
but it's okay, and it's actually fun to see people on TikTok who are the exchange students. Like I saw a
Yeah.
girl, being the exchange student at Japan for 6 months. That's what I mentioned, 6 months, and
Aria.
it's really fun. Yeah, yeah, and it's really fun because she made lots of
Aria.
new friends. Yeah, and I think that, well, like
Yeah.
Shakidin said, it's a once in
Did
a
she
lifetime.
did she come back to Malaysia?
Yeah, 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 she did.
Oh, did she come to Malaysia yet? She did come back to
She
Malaysia, right?
already.
Or she's still there?
Yeah,
She already. I don't know about that, but
she's
it is really
she's in
exciting
Malaysia.
right now. Yeah, she's being very lucky, to be in those countries that we want to go. Yeah, it's doing great. It will be great to share experience and share the intercultural experience with another friends, and also, to actually open and widen and fortify our friends' POV about a lot of multicultural in our nations and our globe itself. So I think that is the rapid question. This is only two rapid question actually.
Oh, not so rapid.
Not so rapid, but quite
Not so
nervous,
rapid.
right?
Yeah, quite nervous. That's
Yeah, I
true.
think this is fun. The last session is funny, but this session is funnier.
Yeah, I'm quite glad to join this.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
This is my
Uh,
first time giving a talk, so I'm kind of nervous.
but you are okay. You are okay. Serious. With
Yeah.
lack of preparation, like we are doing okay right now. Yeah, you are doing okay.
Okay.
I really amazed
Yeah.
of you guys, because you share of something that you experience and you think about. You are really make sense and you are really awesome. A clap to you guys.
Thank you.
Wow.
A clap
Thank
to
you.
ourselves. Yeah. So
I'm
for
actually
me,
really panicked too because suddenly I need to join this.
yeah. Yeah, I don't even prepare anything. I just, cepat-cepat open the laptop and then go live. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last but not least, I want really really to thank you, Ryan Lee,
Yeah.
to come and join us in MRSM Kota Putra. You are from Pierce, right?
Huh? Yeah.
You are from
PRS. Yeah.
Pierce, right? Uh, so
Yeah.
that so after this, when you come to your MRSM, ask your, right, like, share this to your MRSM, and also share this to your advisor, to share this to your principal, and
All
I
right.
hope you guys can get acknowledged by your MRSM. Like, this is a very collaboration between us, MRSM Kuantan and MRSM Kota Putra, actually, and this will be credit to the peers and also EMC, right? This is a very,
Yeah.
Yes.
like, effortless thing. You don't have to think about the collaboration. You already did the collaboration. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, thank you again to Ryan. Thank you again to PA for joining us, for moderating our Beat Talk today. I really, really enjoy myself. I really, really enjoy all of you to being here. And I also hope you guys enjoy yourself. To all students and also people out there who are listening to Beat Talk, I would thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us in our Beat Talk, and stay live until 1 hour talk, uh, because we already babbling about nagging or something, like, make sense, I guess. So I think it's really really gain you something, really really make you learn something new about how unity in diversity really works, how to unity in diversity really really crucial, pertinent, and also essential in our daily life, and we have to make it happen no matter what. We have to take action, and we have to start proud now on. So thank you guys for hearing us right now, and thank you for having us in EMC Kopu today. Thank you for this episode too. So I would really, really well looking forward to see you guys in the third episode, which is on March. Stay tuned on another Friday on the third week of March. So yeah, goodbye, and thank guys for
Bye. Thanks for
engagement.
having me. Bye, Shikirin.
Bye, bye guys. Thank you.